Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome back to Direwolf20's Let's Play. This is episode 29. Today I want to do a couple changes, maybe partially conceptual / cosmetic. There's a couple things I want to change. First off, I don't really like the fact that these two systems are connected, the ones that are creating redstone over here for my collectors and condensers, and I don't like the fact that it's connected to my main system, because it causes a lot of items to be piping along in a bunch of different pipes, and I'm just not in love with it. So I'm probably going to change that up a little bit today. Maybe do that now real quick. So let's see, that was operating on frequency 12. So let's just whack that guy there. Goodbye, frequency 12. And let's head back down into our basement area now and also get rid of frequency 12. If I can remember which one that was. Is that guy back there? Yeah, there he is. And who knows, maybe I'll hook him up at some point in the future. But for now, it's all good. So, got that cleaned up. That's going to basically make sure that this piping system over here stays, for the most part, separate from the other system. So you can see things are still going to work. The only thing I have to change now is to grab my wrench, which I think I have in my bag, and make this guy a default route once more. Because what's going to happen is, and you might be able to see it already even, all these items just kind of piling up here and being a big old mess. There we go. So now that we've got the default route reinstated, we should be getting redstone and glowstone and alchemical coal hanging out right in this chest. So that's neat. So why did I do that? Well, I didn't really like the way that, like I said, all the items were flowing around through the piping system down here whenever I requested redstone or glowstone or anything like that. There was just like a lot of movement going on, and I don't know, I just wasn't loving it. So that's that. There might be a couple other cosmetic changes along those lines that I want to make today's episode, but we'll see. Also, I want to build some new stuff. That will always be fun. So I'll be back in just a few minutes when ready. And the other thing I did today is run out over to my quarry to check on it. I think I can see way down there that there's some bedrock way down at the bottom. I don't even know if you'll be able to see that on YouTube after things are processed and whatnot. So it looks like my quarry's probably going to be done soon. And because of that, I want to maybe change the way my quarry gets items from point A to point B. I mean, teleport pipes are great, but I don't know. I feel like I could do something a little bit niftier. So why don't I consider and think upon that, and I'll be back shortly. Alright guys, one of the first things I want to do today is grab myself an electronic circuit, a couple refined iron here. I'm probably going to need some copper cables. Might need a little bit more refined iron. And let's see what we're going to build up real quick. First, I want to go ahead and make myself a machine block. That's cool. And obviously this is going to be an item from Industrial Craft. Now I've got my MV transformer here, and I'm also going to need to grab a bit of redstone. Place down electronic circuit, refined iron, MV transformer, and redstone all around, and we've got the Tesla coil. A couple people mentioned, and they were correct, that that dark room I have downstairs might start spawning monsters. Once or twice I popped in there and found some enemies inside, so I said, yeah, probably a good idea, I should put some defenses in there. So along those lines, I'm going to grab myself some glass fiber cable, hopefully that's enough, and some red alloy wire, and I'm of course going to need a lever. Let's run downstairs and see what kind of a trouble we can get ourselves into now. So, I already turned on the lights in here, and I'm thinking I want my Tesla coil to be nice smack dab in the middle of this room, so that looks like a nice spot for it. And if I dig down a little bit, I'll find that I've already got my glass fiber cables running through this room, supplying power for me, so this is as good a spot as any to place down my Tesla coil. I can flip that guy in there. Whoop. Oh, right. Ha! Don't forget, guys, you need to have an MV transformer in place, so why don't I go make that real quick. I should have an MV transformer there. Remember, I didn't need to connect it for that last machine I was using. So I'm going to need you guys, another one of you, a couple more of you. That should be good. Supplier system's doing its job. Let's try that again. So I'm going to need 2 MV transformers. And of course I'm going to need at least 2 more refined iron to make myself another one of those Tesla coils. Luckily it's not a terribly expensive machine, huh? Alright, MV transformer. Let's go on downstairs now. Now I can put the MV transformer anywhere I want along this line here. It doesn't really matter. So I'm probably just going to place it right here. And remember, we want the triple phase side facing the high voltage current and the individual side facing the medium voltage. So we'll place that guy there once again. And we've got something like this. That looks like a nice little spot to place them. Let's place down our Tesla coil now. There we go. Nice. And he should be pulling energy straight out of this guy, the MFSU, which, as you can see, I'm recharging with some geothermal generators at the moment. Next, we need to run some redstone cabling to this guy to make sure that he gets turned on. So let's see, what kind of redstone wires can we run here? Don't want to run it along there. That might not be a good spot for it. Just trying to figure out the best place to run this cabling. I'm thinking right along here. If I do something like this, that ought to work. And anybody who watched my last Let's Play should know what happens when Direwolf starts messing around with Tesla coils. Spoiler alert, it's never a good thing. So let's see, I want to have my lever right out here, give or take. I'm going to need some more redstone covers, obviously. And this will be my Tesla coil activation lever. So that is 1 block from the inside, huh? Is that going to work for me? Maybe not with this light switch lever right there like that. Maybe I need to alternate this a little bit. There we go. That might work just a little bit better. And let me get some more stone covers real quick. I don't think I have any in my little bag, do I? Nope. Don't have a saw either. I should start carrying that thing around with me. But I should have some at least in my system here, and if not, I can get the saw and I'll be good. So let's see, where's my redstone power nifty little cover things? Alright, let's just grab the diamond handsaw, please. And I'll make some. Here it comes. There we go. Some stone covers. Woohoo. And I'll start carrying around this diamond handsaw in my bag for me now, so I don't have to worry about that in the future. Now let's see what kind of trouble we can get into with this guy here. If I run this like so, is this going to interfere? I don't think so. That should be cool. Now if we activate this like that, oh yeah, see how I just took some damage? So I'm pretty sure this Tesla coil is pretty much covering this entire room. So now I can get my redstone covers and cover this floorboards back up. And I've now got a nice little Tesla coil in here to keep me safe in case I have my lights off. And I close the door, and there's no good way to guarantee that I get some enemies to spawn in there, but we'll see what happens if I start messing around. Give it a shot, let's see. Happen to spawn any? No, of course not. But in the future, if I do, I can just make sure, flip this lever before I go inside. It'll kill anything in there. Turn it back off, and then I know it's safe to enter. Sweet. So maybe next time I run into some enemies in here, I'll make sure that I'm filming, and we'll see what happens. And meanwhile, it looks like my quarry finished, so why don't I go get that cleaned up. I'm going to run over to my quarry area. Probably should make it daytime, and kind of reposition that thing. So why don't I head out there and take care of that right now as well. Oh yeah, look at that. Quarry definitely finished doing what it was doing. So let's block off this water that was spilling into it right here. Shouldn't be too hard to do. And see if I blocked off all the source blocks there. Almost, it looks like. There we go. That should start draining my... Ooh, look, there's more source blocks down here. Not that I'm too terribly concerned with cleaning this up, but maybe I'll play with that later. You can see a majority of the source blocks already starting to disappear, cause things to drain out. Maybe I'll drain it later, not a big deal. Let's get the quarry moved. Just pick this guy up, along with the power pipes and the item transport pipes. And let's not forget to grab our chunk loading blocks. And where should we put our quarry next? I do think I want to make sure I have enough sand laying around here, so maybe I'll do just another quarry in the desert, maybe right next to this guy. So if I really wanted to, I could just do something fancy like this. Place down my landmark. And why don't I make a quick redstone torch, even though I probably have a ton of them laying around who knows where. We'll just put this landmark right here. That ought to do. Power it up. Place the quarry down. There we go. Quarry's ready to roll. Now let's just connect the power again. Now I did say I might do something a little bit different with the quarry and how it transfers items around, but I'm going to hold off on that for now. I don't want to do that just yet. But at some point I'm coming up with ideas on how to move items back and forth between my base that might be a little bit more just fun. Obviously this is the most efficient way to do it, but there might be a bit of a fun way. So, we've got frequency 0 here, and that's where I want to teleport items back to my sorter. Should be frequency 1, and receiving is false. And the power is frequency 3 for my quarry. So let's grab our conductive pipes here. Receiving true. And there we go. Quarry's about ready to roll. A lovely sight to see. And of course I need to get down my chunk loaders. Might need a few more of these than I currently have. That won't be too big a deal though. Let's try placing one right here and see what it covers. Is that encompassing pretty much the whole thing? Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Probably need to get a few more of these guys when I run back to my base while my quarry starts, and make sure I get my chunk loaders covering the entire thing. So I think I've got some chunk loaders back here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to grab a couple pieces of iron just in case I need to make a few more, but I think this might be enough. Place one right about there, right about here. How do we look there, guys? Doesn't look like I missed anything. Looks like the entire thing should stay loaded, so that's good. Alright. So, Quarry, thank you very much. Let's head back home. And I might at some point want to get a rail system that leads out here, but we'll see. One other quick bit of maintenance I'm doing here, guys, is my combustion engines are starting to run low, so I went ahead and started converting some oil to some fuel. I do need to get my forestry stuff going soon. I'll probably get that as well in a bit. We'll see what happens. But for now, while I'm converting all that fuel, I think it's time to get my fortress going over in the nether. I need to go find a nether fortress, because I would like to get some cool stuff going on down here. Something I did want to do way back when, but never got around to, was building that Jeb door little situation for my nether portal entrance. And I think I'd like to do that this episode, and then, you know, spend a little bit of time in the nether, and find a fortress. Like I said, there's a couple things I need to get, and some other cool stuff I'd like to find out what goes on down there. So, I grabbed myself some smooth stone. I might even let a little bit more cook up because I want some more of that. I need my philosopher's stone. I need some more sticky pistons, so let's charge this guy up and get myself some. What's nice is you can use the sticky piston as a target in your transmutation table. Huzzah! Not bad. Can I get one more? Yeah, a couple more. Why not? Just a few extra. Can't hurt to have. I believe I'm going to need 8 for the build I'm about to do, so I'll make sure I have that with me. Going to grab my red alloy wiring, of course, and some redstone torches. Don't know if I'll use wireless or not. But let's also grab, like I said, some more of the stone that's getting made for me. Thank you. And head on out there to build myself a Jeb door. So the first thing I want to do is make this, you know, little wall system look a little bit more realistic. So I'm just going to clean up this little place here. And I can set my guy here on extension mode. Ooh, that looks nice. Very cool. And I might even want to grab out my mining laser. Where you at there, buddy? Sweet. Put this guy on low focus mode just to make things a little bit quicker in the mining way. Hey, there we go. Not bad. Oh. Guess I ran low on smooth stone, huh? Not a problem. Now, where was my entrance? There it is. Perfect. I want to make sure that this looks kind of nice, too. There we go. Now I'm going to need some piston doors. In order to do this properly, I'm going to need to mine this guy out like so. And I'm going to need to do something like this. That should be good. So I am going to need a couple more of these sticky pistons, more so than I thought. I forgot if it was 4 or 6 that I needed. I might even have... I don't want to use my last slime ball. We'll just do it this way. Ooh, cool. I have some residual EMC that I could make a sticky piston out of. Perfect. For now, this'll do. Now, let's see if I can remember the proper way to wire this guy up. We're going to want to do something like this. Dig into this hole here. We'll probably even want to make sure this is nice and covered. Now basically what we want to do here is place down our red alloy wires like so. And we can run this right up, let's say this wall, and connect a lever to it. And that lever will push out both these pistons and these stone blocks. And the next thing that we want to happen is to make sure that these pistons get pushed out as well. So we're going to need to do something like go up above them. And don't worry, I'll clear all this out with, make it look a little nicer once I'm done here. So we've got our pistons hanging out right there. So we want basically to run some redstone wiring like so. Let's see how that worked. Ooh, very nice. Now, of course, we do need to have a little bit of a delay there. So basically what we want to happen is, instead of connecting this here, probably want to connect it like so. That looks nice. Now I need to get a little bit of a delay going on, so let's go make myself a repeater real quick. And I should at some point start getting those red power circuits set up in my auto building system. So let's see, I know I have a couple of these guys in here. That might be enough. We'll find out. I'm going to need some more redstone as well. That should hopefully be enough. Alright, let's craft this guy real quick. There we go, a repeater. Nice. I'm going to go ahead and dump this junk back in my chest here, and let's go back outside. Now basically what we want to happen is blocks to get pushed forward after they're pushed out, and we want them to be pulled in after that they've been retracted. So what we want here is a repeater. I'm going to give it just a one-click delay. Let's see how that works. So let's see if I can get back outside from here. There we go. Hey, not bad. See how much easier it is to design that with red power too? Okay, I gotta adjust something a little bit, looks like. Probably this guy can't be here. And of course you can build one of these doors if you want to, using vanilla Minecraft stuff, but red power does make it a bit easier. So let's see if I run this up here. Is that going to cause the same kind of a little problem or no? Let's see. Yep, still being an issue. So let me see how I can resolve that best real quick. Alright, just making a couple little tweaks to my system here. I wound up running some redstone under the floor here, and that connects and activates the bottom piston on the set. And I have some redstone going up here that activates the top piston on the set. Looks like redstone's traveling a little differently in 1.0. I don't know if it's because it's 1.0, but it wasn't working exactly like I was used to it doing. So I've got the redstone on the top and the redstone on the bottom. And if I activate the lever now, it should make this a nice little flush wall. There we go. Nice. So now I'm just going to wire this up equally on the other side. So I'm going to need to get myself another repeater, probably. And I'll be right back once I've got all the components I'm going to need. Alright, so let's try this again. I'm going to dig into this little tunnel system here. I'm going to place these pistons like so. Looking pretty good. Then need to clear out this wall. Just giving myself enough room to mess around. Like I said, I'll cover this all up and make it look real nice in a minute here. So, what I should probably do is connect these two systems through here. I'm thinking if I run this wiring like that, and then run around to the other side, probably do that, and that should be alright. I can run this guy over here. Now again, we're going to want that repeater here, right? So we should set this guy to the same frequency or slowness. I think it was 2 that I did. There we go. 2, right? Now let's see what happens. Did I get lucky and do this right the first time? Nope, not quite. Need some more redstone wiring. I just threw some in my alloy furnace over here to cook up. Thought I put enough redstone in, but of course I didn't. So let's grab a stack of that stuff. But 3 of these ought to hold me over. I think I just ran out of energy on my quantum suit leggings as well. My oh my. Alright, is that going to behave itself now? Nope. Alright, let me tweak this system a little bit, I'll be right back. There we go, found my mistake. I moved it 1 little block too close. So this is a pretty delicate system, as you can see, but it works. And it works for me, so that's cool. So then what I want to do also is dig underneath here, I think. Yep, so see how I have this running over here? Probably could just extend it right underneath here. Will that work for me? Guess we'll find out, right? Let's give it a shot. Oh, not quite. Not quite doing what I wanted it to do. That'll work for me. Gonna go check upstairs and see if these guys are in the right position. And if they are, we're cool. Yeah, look at that. Alright, a little timing work to do. I'll be right back. Alright, so I did have a redstone wire here. I just knocked it off. That was my little problem. It was just signaling that bottom redstone guy to the piston to open up earlier than I wanted it to. So for now, let's just cover up this wall and see if this little system works the way I want it to. There we go. Close the door. Nice. Looking pretty good. So now I can kind of do anything I want to signal this thing to start. I might do something wireless redstone-y. I might do something who knows what. But it's working. It's doing what I want it to do. Again, I had to do it a little bit different from the way I normally function, just because of the way the redstone was behaving for me. But I think it's in good shape now. So, not a bad door. And what I like about these doors is that you really can't tell that there's anything even there until you actually, open it or flip the lever. So I'm just going to cover up this wall up here, and I feel like this might be a good wrapping up episode point. Hope you guys enjoyed checking out Direwolf20's Let's Play, episode 29. Next episode I'm going to go into the Nether and start doing some cool stuff. But for now, I'm going to charge up my quantum suit and wrap up this episode. So take it easy.